Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. As you know, there are many ways to achieve the same results. And in this video, I'm going to show you a new technique on how to design a boat hull. If you've seen my previous videos on how to design a boat hull, you've seen different kind of techniques. And now this is going to be a new one. It's going to save you a lot of time, and it's going to give you also the ability to create new design that you couldn't do before. And I'm going to explain in a moment exactly what it is. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus straight only on the technique itself. I'm not going to design everything from the beginning. There is no point, because beside the technique itself, all the rest are pretty much the same. Yeah, so let's go ahead and check it out. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to scroll back the timeline. As you can see here, we're going to go all the way back almost to the beginning. At this point, so we already have put all our canvas. So we have our top and we have also the side view, as you can see here. Now my canvas, it's not the best one in the world. Let me just check this one. Here we go. Now you can see it a little bit better. It depends on your canvas and your images that you're using. I hope they're using some really good images so you can see all the lines. They are very clear. And mine, it's okay, but could be better. Anyway, so this stage is very important when you're putting the canvas. It's extremely important that you aligning all of them so they are perfect. Otherwise, you're gonna have some issues when you are, creating all the sketches, and if they're not if they're not aligned, then you're gonna have some problems. And so you can see here, I have the side view, and then you can see exactly at the top how it looks. And you can see here also in the corner, and which is, it's positioned really perfectly. And there is another place here where you can see it. You can see it's aligned really, really good. So this is something which is really important, although I don't have to talk about it so much, but I just want to say it because this is the ground, the basics. So and by the way, if you want me to make a video on how to put canvas and how to calibrate it and everything, just let me know, and I'll make something up. And so we finished putting the canvas. We have our side view. Next, I've created some, I don't have anything in the bodies yet, but as you can see, I already created the folder. It's called leftovers, things that we're not gonna need, we're gonna throw there. So the first two sketches, this is to help me with the canvas, to align it, okay? So we don't need to check them. And so here is the first sketch. Now let's take a look at this sketch. And so we started with the outside frame, obviously, okay, as you can see here. And then this line here, this one is going to help me to align some, actually you don't have to, but I took it from this one here, from the first sketch, okay? So they must be the same, because you can see it's got a it's not going horizontally straight, it's just going down. That's the shape of the boat. Now as you can see, I have here in the middle of those two lines here, those two sketches, and this is the sketches that I'm talking about, that this technique is going to help you to achieve. The line here is not straight. In my previous videos, my previous technique, the lines were pretty straight. We created a plane, and then we drew them from the top view, and then we used it in the loft command. So the results were good, but it was not good enough, because in this case, for example, it is not straight, it's curved, and it's also going to affect the shape of the body. Now, so when you're finishing sketching this, okay, next thing you need to do is you need to break the line, as you can see here. It's very important, okay? Because we're gonna use this line later, and now you're gonna see it. So you need to break them, and then when you're done, We're just gonna finish this one. Then we can move on to our top view, and this is where we're gonna do all the rest of the sketches. So let me just, okay. So I hope you can see it. Now, first thing we're gonna do, and I've done it so many times before, is we're going to project our points, project our lines, okay? It started from here, the first one, this tip here of this line, this one here, and then we move on to the next line, which is this one, okay? From the other, from the side view. So it's extremely important that everything is aligned, because if not, you're gonna be off and you're gonna have some serious issues with the loft. So you project, you're doing just a normal projection, and then it's gonna show up here. And then you do the same for the second line, which is this one, okay? And then the point is gonna show up here. Okay, so it's very, very important. That's why I'm emphasizing on this part again and again and again. You don't project the line, you project only the point. And you do the same also at the back. But in this case, you cannot, because here, for example, they all goes straight up. So we're gonna project, there is nothing actually to project in this case. So we just need to create the straight line here, so we know the width of the back. Now, when you've done this, you're just starting, you know, follow, I'm just gonna turn this one off, follow the sketch here, our drawings, you just follow them. So in my case, you know, I have like 2 lines here in the middle, because we have this one from the outside, and then we have this one at the bottom, okay? And so this one you need to follow, and remember to create as less as possible points. Now, I created way too many here, and that is mostly because I had to zoom in a lot, because my sketch, as you can see, it's not strong enough, so it was very difficult for me to work with it. So that's why I zoomed in, and then I had to create points, another point, and the next point, and so on. But hopefully yours, it's much clearer. So in this kind of view, you can just create maybe 4 points, and then, you know, start working on it. And if you need more, you can always add more. And as you know, in Fusion, we say less is more, okay? So yeah, so when you finish sketching those sketches, we're almost actually done. So from here, we can just finish our sketches. So now we have both our top and side sketches, and it should look like this. And this is basically what you need. Now all the fun parts start, and now I'm going to focus on the technique. So as I mentioned, we have a problem, because if you look at the top and the side, we talked about that this shape here, it's curved, okay? This line is curved, and of course also our line at the top is also curved, okay? And it's also on an angle. There's a slope here. So how can we achieve this kind of effect? And it's really challenging. And so this is where this technique is coming. Now there is 2 ways to do it. I'm going to show you one way, it's the most safest way, and then I'm going to show you another way. And it's a tool that I'm doubt that one of you actually used it. It's very, very rare been used, mostly because not so many people also know how to use it, but I'm going to show you exactly what it's doing. So let's focus on the first part. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to change to surface environment, and then we're going to use the extrude tool, and we're going to, it's right here, we're going to start by extruding the top, as you can see here, the top line, and then we move on to the next one, which is this one here. I just didn't do it the right order, it doesn't matter. And then the next one right here. So we're gonna extrude them all the way out like this, okay? So first what we have created, we created our curve, okay? As you can see here. Next, what I did is I extruded those here, those edges out And you will see also later why. I'm just going to move it. You can see it's a little bit more out because when I'm going to cut it, I just want to make sure that it's going to cut the ends here. It's nice, just to be on the safe side. So what we're going to do is we start cutting. As you can see here, we go to our modified and then split body, selected this piece of body, and then I chose this line in order to cut it. Okay, then I move on to the next one, as you can see here, and then the next one here below. So basically those pieces we don't need, and what we left off in the end, it's this. Okay, so as you can see, we both have our shape from the top and we also have the shape from the side. And it looks perfect when we're looking at the, for example, let's take a look at the side view. Obviously, it's going to be perfect. So now how are we going to use it? Very simple. Now we can go and start using, I can just turn, let's turn this one off. We can leave this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the loft command. We're going to start from this one here. We're going to start creating a loft between this part and this edge and this edge. Okay. And then we're going to move on to the next one and the next one. And what we've got now, this is our boat hole. Okay. And look at the shape. Looks really, really nice. It's perfect. This one I just turned the face, so it's going to be equal to the others. So this is it. This is our shape, and this is how simple it's actually to create it, and it's perfect. So as you can see, it's this line here, which usually it's very, very difficult. It's going to be extremely difficult to do it in 3D sketching. So as you can see, it gives us a different kind of the shape of the boat hole. Okay, and this one as well. You could not create this one with my previous technique, only with this one. What I'm going to show you now is another way of creating the shape. It's going to be almost the same. Some call it same but different. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into a create sketch. Just choose one of the faces, it doesn't matter. We go on to create, project include. As you know, we have different kind of projection. This is our normal projection. This is our intersect. This is for 3D geometry. And this is going to project to a surface, a line to a surface. And what we're going to use is intersection curve. So we're going to select this one. And then we start with the second one. Because in the top one, we don't have anything. And it's only this one and this one. So it's not going to help. So we're going to choose this line here. And then we're going to choose the second line. Okay. Click OK. I'm going to do it again. We're going to choose this line here, the one at the inside, number 2. And it's this one here. Good. So now we have our 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's it. So this is what we've got. So this is what this tool is actually all about. It takes the lines from different angles and then find the intersection. It's like keep them straight down, you know, against each other, and then it gives us an intersection sketch. So this is what it's actually created for us. So this is another way of creating it. But the issue is it could be right here. Sometimes, as you can see, the sketch is not 100% perfect. But this one is also, this is my fault right here. So I need to fix it. So before I'm going to fix it, let me just go back. So I'm just going to go into this view here. So I have to be really careful when you're doing the sketching, as you can see here. And I just need to trim it, this one. It's only that one. So now we have an arrow. on this one. So we need to figure out, okay, what's going on. And let's go inside this sketch here. Now I want to show you something. I don't know if some of you actually have been playing with this or noticed that, but Fusion have a really good tool for manage loss projections. This is usually why you get the arrow, these arrows, the warnings actually, the yellow warnings. It's because of when you're losing projections. So you can use, when you right click on this icon here on the timeline, manage loss projection. So you can use it in different way. Now let's just say you don't know where exactly is the the arrow, where is this point. What you can do is click on this fade other geometries, okay? And then it's going to help you to find where it is. Now you can see it much clearer, okay? Compared to before. As you can see, this is the point. What I can do is I'm just going to select it, and then I'm going to do break, and then it give me this yellow. Or you can just do relink instead. If I'm going to move it, as you can see, it's not that we have problem with our projection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm choosing the point again, creating a new projection, clicking coincident, zoom a little bit, select the point, select this one, and voila. Okay, so this is how I fixed the the projection. So it should look now much better. Let me just reset the view. Yeah. So this one looks really, really nice. So we have to be really careful with all the lines, with all the projection, that it's sitting, on point. Otherwise, you're gonna have problems. So now we can go to the loft and do the exact same thing. I can project from here to here. Do it again. Then we can project just a second. Yeah, otherwise basically, as you can see, I didn't activate it the right component, which is good that I happened this arrow, because now you can see what happened. Instead of if I've activated the skin component, then the sketch that I've created should have appeared here, but now it's going to be appeared here, and as well also the body. So this is not good. Okay, so remember to activate the component in the right place. So this is it. Okay, so now you understand why we're always saying remember to activate the component. So what are you going to do next? Again, continue this one to this one, and this one, and this one. So as you can see, we basically got the same result as before. If I'm gonna scroll all the way forward, forget about this one for a moment. And yeah, I have an arrow here, but don't worry about it. So we basically have the same shape, as you can see. Okay, so we get exactly the same shape with these two technique. But again, I think it will be better for you if you're gonna use this one here instead of the other one. So I'm just gonna go back in time, and I'm just gonna get rid of all the things that we have created before. This is it, and remember to activate the skin. And now we're gonna move forward. We need to go and do modified. Let's go back to solid. And I'm gonna do compute all. Sometimes it helps, and sometimes it just makes things a little bit worse. So I need to figure out what happened right here. And this is because this little trim that I've created before, that's why I got this one. So if I'm clicking on this one, see missing edge, I need to find the right edge. This is number 2. And so it should be this one. Okay, now we need to finish those here. So I'm just showing you how I'm creating, you know, those profiles. So in this case, I think it was, I think this one, it was number 1, and we need to add number 2. Where it is? Where is it? It's going to be right here somewhere. It's not this one anyway. So it's sometimes it's maybe you can just, you know, use it, do that from the beginning. It's very simple anyway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move this one a bit forward here, go to our surface and just redo it. It's not a big deal. Over here. Then we can move this one forward. Not yet. I'm gonna do the next one from here to here. And now we can move this one forward. Good. So this is how it looks. I have this one, I don't need it. Basically, I can just move it to the leftovers. Now we can just stitch them together. There is an issue here. So we can just, again, here we go. Mirror it. Okay. Now here's this, this is for the back. I could have just waited with it later. And just continue, you know, from here. This one, it doesn't matter because I did this a little change. That's why I'm starting to get all these errors. So I'm just gonna ignore it. So what is important for you to take from this, it's this technique over here, okay? What we did from here and how we cut them, all those pieces. This is what you need to take from this video, okay? So this is the techniques to achieve those pieces, which can help us to achieve our body. So as you can see, you can use the same technique to create other kind of shapes that might be very difficult to do with normal, you know, straight line, plane, sorry. What I've created also, I have another version of this boat, and it's this one. You see the back is different compared to this one here. And so we can just see exactly how I created over here. You can play with it, just reverse engineer, go all the way back, and then just play it one by one. And I don't know if you know how to play it. You can just hit this one and it's just moving one by one. And then you can see, open everything here and see what I did, where I added, you know, stuff. You can also click on it, right click, and then find in browser. So you know what I did here. And learn exactly how I did it in all the steps. Okay. Boom. Here you go. Now, if you have any issues, if you have any questions, I just want to remind you, go into this forum over here, okay? And also here you're gonna find the files and everything for this video that I've used. And if you have any questions, just contact me through this forum. It will be much easier for me. I'm also probably gonna ask you to send me some pictures or your files and everything. So it's gonna be much easier. So use it and just create an account. It's 100% free. It's very quick also to create the account, so don't worry about it. Just don't forget to check the spam folder when you get the email to activate your account. Yeah, so this is it for now. I hope it's gonna help you, this new technique. I'm sure it will. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.